Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ridge dives into Taylor's terrible news while Brooke takes off from Nick's boat. According to spoilers for the upcoming 2 weeks of The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge Forrester will take dramatic measures, and Brooke Logan will go flying from Nick Marone's boat. Here's what fans should anticipate from Taylor Hayes, who will also receive some terrible news. He should locate Ridge and alert him on Nick's marriage proposal plan during the week of Will. Eric will press Ridge to prevent Brooke from becoming Nick's fiancée after informing his son about the ring Nick is wearing. By that time, Brooke will be sitting on the back of Nick's boat, and Ridge will be racing to stop her. After glancing at Ridge, Nick will drive crazily to get the boat away from him, but it will turn out to be a grave error. Ridge will dive in after Brooke as she tumbles into the ocean after flying from the boat. Ridge will have the opportunity to save Brooke, and eventually show her that she is the woman he really desires. John Finnegan will then put the last pieces of the puzzle together and confront Grace Buckingham, who will reportedly admit that she defrauded Liam Spencer by fabricating a tumor and performing an unneeded treatment. Grace will ask Finn to keep quiet, but he will be repulsed at the idea of doing so. In order to get Grace to tell Liam the truth, Finn will instead march her straight over to the Spencer home. When Liam and Hope Logan learn about Grace's fake brain mess scandal, they will be devastated. As Grace is compelled to give some challenging responses, this will undoubtedly elicit some intense feelings. Fans will be curious to see what happens when Grace comes clean and apologizes. Bill Spencer may eventually seek his money back after learning the truth about Grace's deceit. Naturally, Grace would claim she doesn't have it, because she most likely paid off the guy who has been threatening to take money from her over the phone with Bill's $1 million. Is Grace going to be arrested for all of this fake tumor drama, or is there another way that she might be punished? In any case, there might be more criticism of Grace during the week. When Ridge returns from Italy, it will also cause Taylor to have some unsettling moments. Will Ridge tell Taylor that he's leaving her for Brooke at this point? Will Ridge and Brooke begin organizing a memorable wedding in which they serve as the bride and groom? Whatever happens, Taylor will be devastated to learn that Ridge has betrayed yet another commitment. Taylor will have to learn to live without Ridge as he will be pursuing a full-fledged Brooke reunion. Luna Nozawa, who is comatose, will continue to get the best treatment possible behind closed doors. Luna will be looked after by Lee Finnegan, who hopes that she will soon open her eyes. Finn questions apprehensive Grace. According to The Bold and the Beautiful, Eric Forrester had good reason to worry that Brooke Logan and Nick Marone would soon get engaged, and John Finnegan questioned a tense Grace Buckingham. Eric persuaded Ridge Forrester to pick Brooke over Taylor Hayes at the Italian hotel. In an attempt to defend the business, Eric portrayed Brooke as Ridge's genuine love, and believed his son had overreacted when she became CEO. Eventually, Ridge came to speak with Brooke in her suite, but she was wearing headphones and couldn't hear him knocking and crying out. Nick was holding Brooke's engagement ring beside the water when Eric went for a walk. That was sufficient to cause Eric to look scared and to have his eyes bug out. Even after Eric hurried to Brooke's room and cautioned her against allowing Nick to exploit her weakness, she went to meet Nick. After Brooke and Nick texted each other the address, she waited for him and thought back to her happier times in Italy with Ridge. Brooke was shocked to see Ridge had located her after she jolted back to reality. Taylor was discovered in the Forrester mansion when Katie Logan stopped by in search of Donna Logan Forrester. Katie obviously thought that was wishful thinking, even if Taylor had predicted that Brooke could return home engaged to Nick. When Bridget Forrester visited Finn's office at the hospital, he said that he still hadn't been able to contact Grace on Liam Spencer's odd surgery news. But Finn was determined to talk to Grace today, and he saw her passing by and had his opportunity. Grace grudgingly went inside after Finn called out to her, claiming to have been extremely busy. Grace acted as though she didn't have time to provide updates, despite Finn and Bridget's inquiries regarding Liam's amazing procedure. In the end, Grace persuaded Finn to believe her and hurried off. Steals from Sheila Carter. Lee Finnegan's Luna? Lee Finnegan is in for another surprise if she believes she will pull a fast one on Sheila Carter, who was once one of the biggest con artists on The Bold and the Beautiful. How long before Grandma Sheila discovers Luna Nozawa and discovers Dr. Lee Finnegan's great secret? Find out what will happen on Bold and Beautiful next week by reading on. According to teasers, Sheila Carter wishes to honor her granddaughter Luna Nozawa, but is unable to receive a direct response to the circumstances behind her death. Sheila will keep asking Dr. Lee Finnegan about Luna's burial location this week on the CBS serial Opera. Sheila will likely remember that Lee staged the death of her son, Dr. John Finnegan, a few years prior, and she can know the doctor is concealing something. Sheila Carter quickly makes the connection and starts to follow Luna's other grandmother. According to spoilers, Sheila might find Luna in a temporary hospital room where Lee left her by the following week. However, she will encounter a conundrum. Sheila will be jailed for attempting to shoot and kill Steffi Forrester and Liam Spencer if she stages Luna's false death and returns her to the hospital. She doesn't want to lose her granddaughter again, though, and she also doesn't trust Lee Finnegan. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila's most sensible course of action would be to get Luna Nozawa away from Lee and hide her in her own covert makeshift hospital room. Sheila may already have one somewhere, given how many times she has staged her own death. Do you believe Sheila will take Lee's confidential patient? Or will the grandmothers come to an agreement to keep her out of jail? Finn determined, Ridge chases after Brooke, Katie versus Taylor. Finally, the recap for today's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful shows that Ridge Forrester is pursuing Brooke Logan. Katie Logan, meanwhile, casts doubt on Taylor Hayes' engagement. The port is still where Nick Marone is. In order to assist her navigate life, the seaman remembers handing her a compass. Eric Forrester, meantime, continues to press Ridge to get back together with Brooke. The father cautions that Brooke may one day disappear. Ridge laughs, claiming that because they are parents, Brooke will always be there. Whoa, Ridge, are you entitled? She had a flashback about her altercation with Ridge in her room. As she munches, the blonde plugs in earbuds and hums. She is unable to hear Ridge's knock on the door. After Brooke gets ready, Eric shows up. Don't give up on Ridge just yet, he says. Although Brooke respects what he said, she struts out the door to meet Nick later. From a fountain, Brooke texts Nick to let him know where she is. Brooke wipes away a tear as memories of Ridge flood her mind. Ridge appears and puts his hand on her arm. Stunned, Brooke turns to see Ridge. Taylor is at Eric's residence in Los Angeles. Katie shows up in search of Donna Logan. How is Taylor doing with Bridge in Italy? Katie inquires. They begin arguing. Ridge is no longer available, Taylor reminds Katie. This is all about picking sides, Katie argues. After that, they argue about Eric's interference. Taylor believes Ridge will still be engaged to her when Bridge returns to Los Angeles. Do grown-ups actually go around meddling and getting worked up over other people's romantic relationships? All of this seems so strange to me. Bridget Forrester speaks with John Finnegan at the hospital. Finn will speak with Grace Buckingham, but he has no other updates at this time. When Finn sees Grace passing his office, he contacts her. Grace is now pressed for time. Finn points out that nothing about her incredible coworker can be found online. Grace informs them both that they must leave and simply wait for further details. Complex family interactions are the focus of B&B. Even if it doesn't always happen, they ultimately adore each other no matter what. Regarding Lee, the same is true. She is devoted to and loves her family. She frequently goes toe-to-toe with her sister, Poppy, Romy Park. She has been given another chance because she currently wishes to save Luna's life. She might lose her medical license as a result, though, and her relationship with Finn might suffer. This demonstrates the extent Lee would go to in order to save the life of a loved one. Lee thinks she's a decent person, but we think she's a more nuanced individual. She possesses both positive and negative qualities. She blurs the boundaries of medical ethics because of her love for her family. How many times has she concealed a presumed deceased family member? Additionally, there was the confusion of her being Luna's biological father. However, beneath that rough demeanor, Lee has a very kind heart. She simply needs time to warm up. Brooke's love past with Nick and Ridge is currently taking center stage. We wonder what it would be like to witness two men fight for Lee as we watch this unfold. Even when she is angry with Bill about the Looney Luna scenario, they still have chemistry. Jack, her ex-husband, might return to Los Angeles and make another attempt to win her back. It would be fascinating to watch Jack and Bill battle for Lee's love. Lee is the one who deserves love the most. Perhaps she may be softened by a sultry love story. No matter what she does, Lee never fails to enthrall her fans. It's time to give her the attention she deserves. Because of his strong marriage to Steffi, her son Finn rose to prominence. Fans adore seeing Shin overcome all obstacles. His mother might experience the same thing. She already has a successful profession in Los Angeles and a family. A handsome man on her arm is all she needs.